We're back with the bad vibe with Dwight and Jeremy.
All right, guys, this is episode 112.
Yeah.
All right, so Tiger King.
Yeah.
All right, so does this guy just lie, or did he? Is he alive?
Dude, I haven't seen it.
Okay, I've been hearing about some like chick that's in the news or something like that.
Some tiger lady fed her husband to tigers. Some like white trash gay dude.
So the Tiger King guy's alive, but that chick that's on the show, her husband's gone.
Yeah, I think one of them's in prison. I don't know.
So is this the tiger like jester that died?
I mean, it seems that they're all jesters. But I haven't seen
that
much.
one was a queen though, right? One of them is.
I think a lot of the show is gay dudes.
Like gay tigers?
Well, I mean, tigers are all gay. They're just like, meow. You know, it's like tigers seem gay. Lions are like manly, even the girl ones. The tigers are they got their stripes.
Yeah, they're like in fashion.
Yeah. So, I have a connection to this show, possibly. I'm telling you, dude, you're going to remember this. Remember
only on your white trash roots.
Remember,
you're like, if he dies and so many people die, you get the throne of Tiger King.
I'm third in succession.
Right? I couldn't think of the wording, but yeah.
So, remember when I used to be like...
You get that guy's trailer house?
And all his, like, gay dildos.
There's a red, like, cum-stained carpet all the way up to the door. Tiger cum. Right?
A tiger with his teeth removed. So, anyway, remember what I used to do? I used to work at the mechanic shop. Me and you worked there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I had to go out on the road and fix trucks that broke down. I fixed the truck one time that was hauling tigers. Remember that?
I remember you talking about it, but I didn't know that about it.
I worked on this
like a circus? Was like little bars on the side?
No. I saw Dumbo in there. I was like, I've never seen an elephant
picked it up for you?
Yeah. No, so I was working, and it was one of those trailers. I saw it. My wife was watching the Tiger Show, and I saw one of those trailers, and that's what reminded me. And I was like, oh, shit. So it was this certain kind of trailer that they haul like livestock or whatever, but it's more... It's not like when you haul cows in. It's like more secured, and it smelled like a circus. That's the smell I caught. Mm-hmm. And I asked the dude, I was like, "What?" I was working on his truck, and I was like,
carnies and stuff.
Like no, not circus. What's the one? Yeah, circus. Yeah, like animals, like elephants and shit. There's a very specific smell of a circus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go to that many, I guess.
Yeah. It's like a mix of like...
Maybe you're like blood related because you know the smell of tigers.
It's a mix of like elephant sweat and...
Are there tigers in there? He's like, how'd you know? You're like, I can smell them.
Yeah.
I can smell their fecal matter or whatever.
Well, I could smell that it was like a wild animal smell. And I was working on this dude, and it was this white trash looking dude. I don't remember what he looked like. I just remembered that he was like...
I feel like he had a mullet. Right?
I mean, for sure.
But a balding on top mullet.
Well, I don't know if I just remember it was a white trash dude. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I own a bunch of tigers and stuff, and I'm hauling them to my place.
I feel like he was smoking Virginia Slims. Okay. He was taking them to his place.
Yeah. So, and I was like, that's crazy. I was like, can I, like, see him? And he's like, yeah. And I was, like, peeking through the little holes, and you could, like, see them in there. Like, it was nighttime, but you could kind of, like, see them.
He's like, you can do whatever you want. This one ain't got teeth.
So, and it was just this white trash dude, and he told me that he owned the tiger. So, at the time, I just thought, like, hey, he's just some truck driver. He's hauling these for somebody. He's pretending, like, so he seems cool.
Yeah.
But then I see this show, and it's this white trash ass dude, and he's like the Tiger King. And
you might have met him.
Yeah, I mean, I very likely met him.
He was Tiger Prince back then, though. Right?
Yeah, or like Duke.
Yeah, he was the...
What's the gayest way? Duchess, I guess?
That's a girl, I think.
Yeah, I know.
A Duke
Queen.
and Duchess, right?
He's a Tiger Queen, I think you said before, is the best one.
Tiger Queen, yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm pretty sure...
Is he gay?
Yeah. He was at one time...
He really is?
Yeah. At one time, according, and I know everything I know from, like, memes and shit. I haven't watched it.
Well, why would he go by Tiger King? Because he is a dude. He's like, I'm not a transgender.
I think people I think queen, when you call a gay dude a queen, it's an insult. I think, right? They don't call themselves queen, do they?
So?
No, but what I'm saying is he calls himself Tiger King.
I'm saying there's a band called Queen, and there's a gay singer.
They're also British, though.
And he died.
Yeah.
Sorry if I ruined the movie. I mean, spoiler alert, right?
What I'm saying is, like, he would call himself king because he thinks of himself as a big, strong man. He wouldn't be like, I'm the tiger faggot. You know what I mean? Yeah. He calls himself what he... It's not like people call him that because he was so cool. He made that up for sure. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the show. There's no way they didn't...
Man, you're like a tiger king.
In high school, he just always had a leather jacket on. Right. Like the Rocky one with the tiger on the back. And they're like, dude, fucking Tiger King right there. But I mean, yeah, he was married.
He's got an eye that looks like a tiger eye, so he has the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, do I want a guy or a tiger? Yeah, he takes both. But he was married to two dudes. And they two dudes lived with him.
At the same time?
Yeah. When you're gay,
like gay Mormons?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got Tiger King jammies.
Yeah. When you're gay,
he probably does.
When you're gay, like, what you're doing is like, what is the word I'm looking for?
Maybe the tigers don't eat them because they're afraid of AIDS.
That's very possible. It may be essential if you want to own tigers to let it be known to them that you're gay.
Yeah.
Tigers are like, yeah, fuck all that.
You get in the cage and it's starting to, like, its claws come out, its teeth, its whatever, and it just starts, like, butt-fucking some other dude. And the tiger's like, it coughs up a little fur ball.
You stick your dick in a dude's ass and prick him blood on your finger, and it's just like, I'm out. Yeah. There's some kinds of meat I don't eat. Wow. Yeah. But that being said, like, I know that show's like the sensation sweeping the nation, but I haven't seen it.
It's really gotten that big?
Dude, everybody's talking about it.
I think this thing going on online, or this, that lady or whatever feeding her husband to the tigers or something like that. I think that's what's giving it a lot of, That, and people just like making fun of like the white trash carny looking motherfuckers, Mm-hmm. They look like where our mom's side of the family's from. Just go to the store. Everybody in there looks like the cast of the Tiger King. They look exactly like people from up there. You own a tiger? Like, I wish.
Yeah. It's not unusual to see those type of people when you're up there.
They're like, I only have domestic.
But think about if you live in like...
Domestic cats? What are they called, though?
Domestic, yeah.
I mean, is there like another name?
I think house cats.
House cats?
My dad always says like...
I would think if you're like in the market for one of those, like, you would call yours domestic.
You mean if you were going to buy a...
Because that guy has house cats. It's just lying.
I don't think you got house cats if you got those.
No, that's what I mean. He's got tigers. I wonder if a big tiger walks up to like a little house cat, would it just attack it?
I'm sure it would just eat it.
Why would it just think it's like a baby it?
I mean, but they eat their own babies a lot of the times. Yeah. Tigers are fucked up, dude. But they are like kind of feminine. They're more feminine than lions. Because, like, girl lions don't look as tough because they don't have, they're not as big or whatever. But girl lions, like, they're the ones that hunt and stuff.
Have you seen one in person? Like, I guess at, like, a zoo. It's not like... You go to this guy's house, you're like, hey, man, where do you keep, like, the bottled water? Oh, it's in the... And you go and, like, open it up, there's a fucking tiger in there.
It's like, right? I've never seen a lion or a tiger in person.
At a zoo.
Maybe a tiger.
Like, the zoo close to here that's got, like, 10 animals.
It doesn't have a lion.
It has a tiger.
Tiger? No.
Pretty sure it has a tiger.
That's a bobcat, dude.
It might have a lion.
Is it this big?
It might have a lion. It's a lion. I think it's a tiger, actually. Yeah.
I don't think it has a lion or a tiger.
A big-ass fucking tiger just laying there lazy all the time.
It has, like, deer.
I'm like, why is it all cats do that?
All cats?
Yeah, all cats are just lazy and lay around.
Oh, yeah, that's what they do, yeah.
Dogs just run around. They need attention. The cattle just lay there.
Yeah. They just lay there, and then they hunt, and then they...
I want to know how this guy, like, started accumulating tigers.
Dude, they're cheap. You could afford one.
A tiger?
$2,000 a tiger.
Fuck that.
You could buy a couple.
What do they eat, though? Like, what do you got to feed them? What's their diet?
They eat a lot of meat.
That's the thing.
They're carnivores. They eat only meat.
You don't go throw, like, some cat food in the thing, and it's they're, like, picking at it.
I mean, you could, but you got to throw, like, 50 pounds of cat food in there. No, my wife was telling me, because I was like, how do they feed these besides husbands? And she was like, she said that they get, like,
she gets married every week.
Yeah.
It's not like snakes. You just go throw one animal
the tiger is the ring bearer. He's just like... Yeah. But she said that it was something like Walmart or, like, grocery stores. They have to get rid of a lot of meat every, like, week or something that doesn't sell or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they just buy it. Because she was saying, she's like, these trashy motherfuckers, they, like, dig through it for stuff that's still good, and they cook that, and then they give the other stuff. So they just get like a truckload of, not like stacked or in crates, but just meat thrown in a truck. And they're like digging through it like, hey, this one's still good. And they eat it. And what they don't eat, they feed to the tigers.
The cat's like, fuck you.
Yeah, I know. They finally found a good one. He's like, oh, yeah.
He's like, ooh. 96.4.
Like, why are they burning it?
Right?
Well, why are they putting it on fire?
He's like 96.4.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's tired of the 80-20 hamburger.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm starting to get a gut.
He's like, I wish I had 80-20. I'm getting 73-27.
I'd rather, if you're looking for hamburger meat and you want the leaner kind, and they have 80-20 and 73-27. You get 80-20 because I don't like the weird math of 73. I know it's a little leaner, but I don't 73.
73-27 is not leaner.
It's leaner.
80-20 is leaner.
Wait, what did I say?
73-27 has more fat in it.
More fat.
That shit's like white. It's not even meat in it.
I never get... Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I never get one that's like 73 or 93 or 96.
I like the 93.7, yeah.
80, 90, 100.
Actually, the 90-10 is like the best one. I like it to have a little bit of a fat going through there so it flavors the meat. People are like, look at these fat guys.
You ever like brown some hamburger meat? Like you just get the like whatever kind. Mm-hmm. You brown it, when you're done, it's just soup. It's like...
Oh, it's a lot
It's
of
like
water,
an inch and a half of grease in it.
If you cook the 73.90 or the 73.97, what is this? Right?
It's got some unknown...
Anyways.
It's 12% fucking tiger meat. It's 12% Carol's husband.
It's 73% meat, and it's still 97% fat. But,
it's a pound of meat, but it weighs 3 pounds.
Anyways, when it's all cooked, it's just water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
Why does it have to taste good?
And then you have enough for like one hamburger patty.
You ever eat a hamburger and it's just like grease running down your shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Why is that so good?
Yeah, I know.
It's so good it makes me sick.
Like Five Guys, those burgers are fucking amazing.
I've never had one. They had one near here and it closed.
You never had one? You've had five?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had Five Guys, but if I ever find them. There's no...
Tiger King, that's crazy.
It's funny that we started out, we're like, hey... talk about the Tiger King. Neither of us have seen it.
I've never watched the show. I want to check it out. I don't know if I'll get hooked.
I watched it, like my wife was watching. I came through a few times, and I was just like, it's just...
Is it like, do people laugh? Is it a comedy?
I think people make fun of them for how trashy and weird they are.
No, I mean...
I think that's what people like about it.
It's not like it's a comedy where it's got the applause, so you know that it's supposed to be funny, but is it...
No, it's not no, it's a documentary, and I think the...
I don't like documentaries.
From what I gather, the point of the documentary, like, what it's supposed to be, is about, like, this feud between these two people, and then this one might have killed her husband. But I think the reason people are so into it is because, like, look at these fucking hillbilly motherfuckers.
So, on the show, it's talking about the girl that might have killed herself? Or killed her husband?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just know what I've been hearing. I've just seen memes, like...
Yeah, that's how I get my news.
They should be meows.
I'm like, I see some like him with his orange face, Trump, right? I'm like, oh, he's president. Right? I get my news through memes.
I get my news like this is no shit. I get my news through podcasts. I listen to a bunch of podcasts, so like I'm like,
someone's like, yeah, I usually do too. And then people make fun of me when I go to work. Right?
Yeah, you pressed the wrong button if you're looking for news. Sometimes we probably catch on some. But, like, yeah, I listen to podcasts that, like, there's some kind of weird virus going around.
This ain't the good news podcast. It's the bad news contest.
The bad news podcast would be that'd be a good concept for a podcast if we came on here and we just looked for, like, bad stories. Like, the whole thing was we found, like, you know.
Someone's like, wait, hold on. Don't do that.
Well, we don't just do that.
Yeah.
But if we started, like, an offshoot, like, if we wanted to start a second podcast, the bad news podcast would be great because we find, like, it's like, kid dies on a roller coaster accident, but our only content, it wouldn't be like, hey, I was at work the other day. It would just be news. That'd be, if we might do that one day.
Just talk about
just find news. Like, say 5 bad news stories and just joke about
like something that bad happened, or like,
yeah, like kid dies on a roller coaster.
That's constant. That's like 3 minutes of regular news.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but you know, like the weird bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, now it's like the fucking coronavirus thing. Everything is bad news. Have you seen good news? The only good news you'll see is those human interest stories. It's like, hey, look, this guy donated $50 to a doctor to buy him lunch.
They're like, great news today. Only 473 people died of coronavirus today. Right?
What's the number?
They're like, on the other hand, they're like 200,000 people are now infected since yesterday. You're like, what the fuck?
Turns out the last one that died exploded and got it all over everybody. If that's how people died, I mean, I would definitely be like watching the news more.
Supposedly, Korea, like some guy got it and they like killed him.
Yeah, that sounds right. I bet in China, I imagine that's probably what they did, right?
Right.
I mean, because it would be like, it would make, like, if you were in charge and you had, like, you didn't have to go by, like, American laws or anything like that. You just like, fix this. You're like, okay, anybody coughs, we shoot them in the back of the head. And you could fix it like that. Mm-hmm. Here, we can't do that.
People are like, everyone needs to quarantine themselves for 2 weeks. Well, then, like, power's going to go out. Water's going to... You know what I mean? It's like, there's certain things that have to be maintained all the time.
Yeah, you can't absolutely... Dude, if fucking TV goes out, it's going to be bad.
Like, there's no, like, internet. There's no whatever. Everyone's just sitting in the house in the dark for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I mean, it's going to be worse than getting corona. Right?
It's going to be looting. You're going to be like, Jeremy, what are you doing? I'm, like, digging in your icebox tonight.
You're like, have any place that you can go still... You're still in my junk?
In your neighborhood, you're
like, what is this, a half-eaten burger? Right? I'm like, it ain't mine. I finished mine.
It's definitely hers. But if I'm in your neighborhood looking to loot, yours is the best house to loot in your neighborhood. Because your neighborhood's kind of sketchy and y'all got a nice place. You know what I'm saying? My house is perfect. Our house looks like a fucking shithole, and we're in a nice neighborhood. It looks like my house and your house should be switched.
Your house looks like where they put coronavirus. Right?
My house, like, honestly, it looks like where Michael Myers lives.
Like coronavirus, like people are quarantined in there?
It's fucking spooky. Well, there are, I guess.
Yeah.
But, dude, what was the... right before we started recording, we looked at the death count of coronavirus. What was it? Do you remember?
It's like 13,000 or something like that.
Well, it's 12,878. It was 829, wasn't it?
What is it now?
878. It was 829.
It was 259.
Oh, so 20...
259 or 269.
So 20 people have died since we've been recording. For how long?
For 17 minutes.
God!
Yeah.
A person a minute.
Yeah.
More.
I'm like, and another one.
Dude, all right, I'm going to set up...
Right?
It's a person a minute right now, so...
By the end of this, 60-something people would have died, right?
Okay, so we're at 17 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end, we'll tell you how many people are dead. So statistically, or not statistically, but there's a chance that somebody listening is going to die while they're listening.
Yeah.
There's like... these guys are...
Yeah, our words could be the last you ever hear.
How crazy is that?
Right? And they're like, and they were talking about fucking Tiger King and don't even know nothing about him. Right?
Go to the light.
Wow.
Go to the light. Anyway, we're winning.
All right, so what else you got?
The United States of America is still slightly behind Spain in deaths.
Yeah. But I think we're going to have a really good middle of April.
But we're going to pass on
I think Easter's going to be good for us because United States loves them some religious... You know, people are like, look, we're all gonna hang out. We're just gonna pray about it.
We're gonna hang out just once. We'll wash our hands and we're done.
They're like, that bunny ain't gonna bring nothing with corona.
Yeah,
rabbits. Like, it's not spread through rabbits. Now, if it was the Easter bat,
right? I don't think it would have caught on.
I mean, they're like, everyone goes out at like 3 a.m. to hunt for eggs because it's the bat.
The eggs have two little fang marks on them because the bat like injects the candy or whatever into them. With
it has no way to carry it, so he's got to like.
The only thing bats carry is diseases. So you go out looking for diseases in your yard on Easter. It would make sense. Kind of.
People dress up instead of wearing little Easter bunny things. They have like bat wings. Right? They're all taking a family picture.
You go to the mall, your kid takes a picture with Batman.
Oh wow!
But yeah, Easter. I guarantee you, some people are just gonna be like, you know what, this is stupid, and we're just gonna get together. Because see, my family on my dad's side, they do kind of a big deal for Easter every year, and my son, it's like for some reason his like favorite day of the year. And he's all bummed out about it. There's plenty of people like him that are like, you know what, let's just go to Grandma's and, you know, we'll eat some cake. And next thing you know, bam, Grandma's dead.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. These numbers are going to spike after this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I'm not glad.
It's mostly killing old people, though.
Yeah, right? Maybe mostly. But there's a lot of young people dying, too.
At first, it was all old people.
Yeah. But see.
But then they all died.
Yeah.
So younger
there's
people
no more old people to die.
Yeah.
The virus is like, who are we going to kill now?
Yeah.
You know? But, it's we make a lot of jokes about it, but it really like creeps me out.
With how many people are dying?
It's not how many people are dying. Those numbers don't even scare me. I mean, they scare me because they keep rising. It's crazy. Yeah. But, like, I get it. Because if you look at any stat, you're like, this many people die from malaria, car accident, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the whole country fucking has to stay at home, and they're shutting down businesses, and everybody's fucking broke. If it goes on for a couple of months more, it's going to be fucking bad.
Like looting and like...
Fuck yeah, dude. Poor people.
Like, you'll be, like, going to work, and there's, like, a car turned over on fire.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm turning it over. I'm just like, oh, I got a job still, but this is fun. You know? But, I mean,
the reason you're passing by and it's doing it because you took the block back around just to see your creation. Right?
I was going to say, I'm the lookout.
You went back around to see how it looks from the road?
I got to see how it looks from approaching.
Right?
Yeah. No, but, I mean, it's going to get crazy, dude. If people can't work for 3 months, 4 months...
Yeah.
Like waiters, waitresses, bartenders. I mean, everything's
right now, they're just waiting.
Yeah, we're finding out how good a waiter you really are.
Oh,
I think as soon as the...
Here's a tip.
Here's a tip. Wear a mask.
Get a different job, right?
I mean, you really should, though, because I say... Go. Okay, this is my...
The only time they're essentials when my drink's empty. Oh, shit.
Okay, so.
I think last week we talked about nurses and teachers. So let's put it on the waiters now.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta understand that we're equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah.
But it's true though.
They're like, can we at least get our wages? $2.50 an hour.
Fine.
The guy slides them a 20. Here's for the week.
Here's what I'll say though. Any douchebag. You know, there's like hot ass girls that are always like, they just stand by the front of the restaurant and they're like, how many? And that's all they do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What is that called?
Hooters?
No, that's their tits. Oh, yeah. Say the person as a whole.
I was thinking something about Hooters, but I forgot.
So you go to a nice restaurant.
Oh, like that maitre d'.
Yeah, but she's always really hot.
Oh yeah, usually she's like young too.
Yeah, because once they get to a certain age, they can't be that hot. You can't be like an 11.
Yeah, she's like, 47. Hi. 4 people walk in. She's hi. How many?
I know.
I'm like, you can't count.
You got to be like this many,
right? She's like, how many? I'm like, 4. I had to look again. I'm like, is my son not walking with us?
I do.
Right? I mean, and I'm like, what the hell?
I do though. Always do it sarcastically. When I walk in, clearly me, my wife, and my son. She's like, how many? And I'm like, I look. I'm like, 3. But. Anyway, those chicks are out of work, and they're like
however many you got.
Yeah, but those people, some of those people seem like kind of stuck up. Like, say they work at like a fancy restaurant or something, and I just imagine. Now, this is all in my head. I'm putting this all on them out of my head. But I imagine that they might think they're better than garbage men. But guess what? Garbage men are bringing.
They might not have ever. They don't think about it on a daily basis. They're sitting there, laying there. They turn the light off. They're right next to their bed, sitting there, and they feel a little bad. And they're like, I'm better than garbage men. A little smile hits their face, and then they go to sleep.
She has to get up early in the morning. She's tired and hungover. She's like, man, this is rough. She's like, but you know what? At least I'm not a worthless garbage man.
I feel like garbage. She's like, at least I'm not a garbage man.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, anybody that has ever let's say you work in an office. And you got kind of a somewhat you think you're important job. You wear a tie and shit. And you think you're important, but you're really not. So you have to stay home now. Fucking garbage men are out there just making their $40,000 a year or whatever they do.
Wearing a suit?
Garbage men are just wearing a suit. They should.
Right.
They're like, the problem with our economy is we need people in suits being productive. So we just put suits on all the essential people. Because all the essential jobs outside of medical care are what you would kind of think of as lower end jobs. You know, I don't know who keeps the power on and shit, but I know our sister's boyfriend does it, and he's he's not dumb, but he's not.
They're using this whole essential because they're all right, we need these guys to keep working or else the world stops, right? So let's make them feel like they're important, right? So then all these other corporates, right, government people, millionaire fucking athletes. They're all completely off for the rest of the year. However long this needs to take. Let's make sure these guys, these fucking 7-foot guys that play basketball, and all these like little guys that just stand out in the fucking field to catch a fucking ball. Let's make sure they're all okay. And
that's a real small number.
All right, they can go and play fucking baseball. You know what I mean?
No. But what I'm saying is, like, the people that are out of work, like those.
I'm not saying they're out of work. I'm just saying, like, they made sure those people were okay and not doing anything.
One garbage man's wearing like a LeBron jersey.
You know what I mean?
He's like, yeah, I see what you're saying, but
corporate people, and then like all the office buildings and stuff like that. Everybody's working from home or not working at all. You know, I mean, it's just like, what the fuck?
A friend of mine that I went to high school with, he works for like this company, and they like build stuff. I don't know, but he doesn't like build. What I'm saying is, they build like
really they
build like military vehicles or something like that. I feel like if I say something bad about him, like I might get like drone striked. But no. But what I'm saying is, he's been working from home, and I feel like what do you? Your company builds this thing. You're not building it at your house. What do you do? You know, like on Office Space, when there's like, what is it you'd say you do? You know?
He gets a package in the mail. He goes and he like puts another piece on it, and then he sends it through Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right? It's an assembly line through Amazon.
He types. Yeah. Like
GPS reports.
How important is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing it at home. He's like chilling with his daughter and like making chili and typing. I mean, he probably makes good money. I'm all for it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm like, what is it? Like, what are those type guys? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Type guys?
You know.
Like doing like coding and stuff?
Yeah, they wear a tie. They show up to work at like 8:30. You know, like...
Oh, like the cubicle guys.
Yeah.
Like they're entering data.
What are they doing? They're doing it at home now.
Yeah.
Why'd their company need that huge building? They're not going to need it anymore. No, they know now they don't.
No, those kind of people were in the World Trade Center.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well, they kind of still are. I don't think they got them all out. But, no, but...
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, all those dudes, whatever they do, I'm sure that my friend, his job is, like, important.
So when they're done with it, they're like, man,
but when all this is over, and let's say,
they're like 200 words per minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like,
you know?
I feel like those guys are sitting there doing Mario teacher typing all day or something. They're like, gotta cross the river. My son died of dysentery. They're just playing, like, computer games. I don't know what they're doing.
On movies... Oregon Joe. on movies, though, they're always, like, not doing anything. The person right next to them is like, hey, Jim.
Yeah, they're always bullshitting.
And they're, like, talking about something at the water cooler, right? Yeah. Or they're talking about they're just hanging out somewhere.
Well, what I'm saying is, whatever my friend does, I'm sure it's important, but it's clear that that his company doesn't need as much office space as they used to think they needed.
Like, these places should not do that and let everybody work from home.
Yeah, but then you're going to get a lot of dudes jerking off all day.
But as long as they're getting their work done, set quotas. You might get a more productive, you know what I mean?
Then you would have your own quota. Your boss is like, all right, you got to finish like 12 papers. But your quota is like, all right, his 12 papers, and I'm going to jerk off 6 times. You know what I mean? You have your own quota.
As long as they meet their quota, oh well.
It's right? Like noon, and he's like half asleep. He's like, I fucked up. I got in 4 before lunch. Yeah. I really got to pace it out. But I mean, really though, like realistically, these companies that are having all these people work from home, do you think there's a chance that they're going to see that they can have a lot more people work from home? Or is maybe part of the...
Because think about all that. All right, for one thing, all those guys are having transportation from their house to their work, right? And then they're there, and they're doing their work, and they go back home. Yeah. So they just do that at home. That's less transportation around the world, right?
How, like... Because you work like in an office type of a situation. Mm-hmm. Do you have, like, what is your grasp of what those guys do?
Entering data?
Cubicle and that kind of shit.
I don't know, because there's not, like, a lot of those big companies have gone, like, paperless. So it's like, I guess he would get, like, an email, or maybe there's, like an Excel form that he would go through, find information. Maybe they call someone to get information to make sure.
Robots could probably do better, though, right?
For sure.
So it's just a matter of, my job, robots are going to be able to do it within the decade.
Yeah.
But I look at those guys in a weird way, because I have a job where the place that I work, what we do, like what our place of work like accomplishes, I do that. Mm-hmm. So when I look at a guy in a tie, I'm like, where do you work? He's like, we build tanks for the Army. I'm like, do you?
He's over there. Like, he's over there with the tool belt.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
He's like, tink.
That's what
tink,
I'm saying.
right?
Like I don't understand what you
he's like,
do.
Fifth one off the line today.
Yeah.
Right?
He's like, I'm putting on wheels. You know,
right?
it's like sprockets and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder, like, those guys, they're not essential. Whereas that he may be essential to his company, but he's doing his thing at home. Like, the bottom line of those companies may not even change. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to be like, you know what? Stay at home, Matt. You know?
Yeah.
You do your thing. I don't know. I find it curious. My whole point of that, which it's kind of a rambling, like, nonsense. But,
so, like, isn't that the premise of your show?
Yeah, kind of. But my whole point of that is, what is our world going to look like when this shit's over? Mm-hmm. That's my curiosity.
I think this little, like, thing that we're going through right now, right? A big thing, I guess, of no one going anywhere and doing nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go here. You got to stand 6 feet away from everybody.
Yeah.
Make sure you sanitize your hands. Wash your hands.
Stop making out with old ladies when you got a fever.
You know what I mean? And then, like, I think this is gonna go on for a while.
Yeah,
like,
it is gonna go on
into next year. I really feel like into next year, maybe stuff will start kind of going back to normal. Here and there throughout this next year.
You mean next calendar year?
Yeah.
Like January?
No, I mean like middle of next year probably.
I said that weird.
There's actually people that say 2 years.
I've heard that they think that it might like start to be under control in a few months and then come back in the fall.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And it'll be like the Spanish flu where it came back in the fall and just started fucking offing people like a fucking mafia hitman.
Yeah. A guy wakes up, fish in his bed, dies.
You wake up, there's a bat in your bed.
Right, yeah.
You know,
that's how it works.
But I don't know, dude.
I think it's a horse head, right?
In the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know what's gonna. But the world is so fucking weird now. It creeps me out. Like, I'll start thinking about it, and I'm like, everything you hear is related to this. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the reasons that that's the case, I mean, besides that it's on everybody's mind and it's big news and all that, but there isn't sports. Mm-hmm. So normally it's like, I don't want to hear about Trump did this or that. So it's like, well, football, that's not nothing about Trump. Now it's like, what it is the coronavirus, and there is no football. There isn't even any like, hey, me and you went to the, me and you went and hung out at the mall. There's nothing. There's, you can sit at home. You can either watch movies,
all right,
or listen to coronavirus.
Let's say this keeps going on for the rest of the year, like this, back and forth, and they keep saying, like, we're going to do another month, of social distancing, and let's say they go that the rest of the year. Well, how would they do an election?
Yeah,
it's an election year.
They won't.
I mean, he would just keep it.
It'll wait until it's all cleared up. There's going to come a point, though, where they're just like, all right, we're going to have to cut our losses. Some people are going to die, but we got to get things going again. They're not just going to let the economy fall to absolute... We're not just going to be a third world country.
What do you think it's going to, like... when do you think that's going to come to, like, what it'll come to get to that point?
I think it'll be when we pass a peak of cases and deaths. So, like, right now, every time I look at my phone, the number's bigger. Mm-hmm. When that number starts being... Well, that number can't be small. There's not people coming back to life. Yeah. It's like... Rah. It's like, hey, we got zombies. That's actually a good sign. They're not technically dead.
Yeah.
But when it stopped... let's say, like, 1,000 people a day are dying or something. When it's like, oh, it's only 800, and then 2 weeks later, it's like, it's only 300 a day. I think when it gets to, like, where they feel like it's getting better... They're gonna have to. You can't have
to what?
They're gonna have to try to get people to go back to work. Uh-huh. You can't have 40% unemployment for 6 months. Uh-uh. The country will fall apart.
Yeah.
There will be rioting. There will be poor people in America.
But remember, we gave y'all $1,200,
and they just gonna buy guns with that.
Yeah,
that's it.
They're like, yeah, well, we give the airlines like billions, but $1,200. They're like, well, we had $2 trillion to give out. We gave everybody $1,200.
Yeah.
To buy toilet paper and water if it's at the store.
I wish there would be like some kind of a typo and they just accidentally give me the whole $2 trillion.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I said no takebacks.
You withdraw it before the bank?
Yeah. I just got it in my garage. I don't know what to do with it.
We burn it? Fuck them.
Fuck them. We take out $20 to buy gas. Yeah. But I mean, really though, like
with that much, I mean, depending on what kind of bill.
I'm like, dude, I fucked up. You're like, what'd you do? And I'm like, I asked for it in ones.
Oh, shit.
I'm just at our local bank. They're like, 2. He's like, 1,909,909. I don't even know how to count it. Do you?
No, yeah, but
what is it? It's after $1 billion. Yeah, I can count to $1 trillion if I needed to.
Anyways,
let me see.
The guy'd be like,
1, 2. I like the idea.
They do the tag team. He tags out.
I like the idea of I withdraw it and it's like 2.2 trillion and 48 cents. You know? And I just like scrape the 48 cents off the counter into my hand.
The penny drops, you chase it.
I go get it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, but $1,200. Poor people in America, the reason there aren't riots more often is because poor people, they got it just right. We keep our poor people just close enough to where they don't go out and fucking kick down doors.
Yeah.
But if you got 40% unemployment, those poor people are the first ones to hit where my kids can't eat level. And when that shit starts to happen, that's when you start that's when the poor people start going in hordes over the fucking gated communities. They have the stuff, they have the money, let's go get it.
I think that there's a certain point to where this is good.
Yeah.
And then bad, right? So there's a certain like breaking point.
I think
a lot of these people, and we've kind of needed a shocker, right?
Yeah.
We've kind of needed this, like, as a
Nobody's
nation,
talking
as a
about
world.
like trannies have rights too right now.
Yeah, no one's talking about any of that shit. Yeah,
no.
So there's no like parades, gay pride or black pride.
Hey, trust me, if anybody's scared of a virus, it's the gay people. They know.
If anybody's safe, it's the KKK. They've been practicing for years.
They've been distancing from certain parts of the social.
You know what I mean? I mean, unless it's through eye contact, right? I mean, because that's all they got little holes cut out for.
Well,
right?
I guess, dude, I wonder if... Didn't you say at your job they said you could wear a mask? What if you just wore a KKK hood?
Yeah.
Well, we said you should wear your Bill Clinton mask, but...
Yeah.
But really, though, if it keeps going and people aren't going to work, it's not affecting you, right? Like, financially?
No.
It is us slightly. My wife is working less than normal, but we're not like... I mean, we have... it's fine.
It hasn't changed for me at all.
It's fine.
Except that I'm going to be getting $3,400 from the government.
Aren't you getting...
Right?
More than that, too, from somewhere else?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I'm like, all right. Thank you.
I feel like you orchestrated all this.
I'm going to, like, throw more into stocks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I have plans for it. Right? We're going on another vacation soon. Everything's cheap. I'm like, I can fly to China for, like, $3. They pay for my baggage. Right?
It would be baggage. It would be nice to go to China right now because I feel like they're probably it's probably clean. You know what I mean? They've been scrubbing. You go there and it's like sidewalks are like they smell like.
We're gonna need more wax. Those people. All right. Yeah. So what I was trying to get at though with I think this is like good and bad. Right? There's that breaking point. So I think like. We needed this big shock, this big, and not just for the world or whatever, United States for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're big and bad. No one can touch us. We're the best at everything. And then it's like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
We're definitely not. So I think that like the CDC and then like all the health codes and stuff, things are going to change for the better for that. Maybe a little too ridiculous in some aspects, but I think also like there's so many people that have like are bad at their jobs, okay?
Like me.
And I think that, like, taking time from having a job, once you finally get it...
Oh, dude.
You're going to respect it more.
When you go back to work, you're like, yes, boss, I'll do anything.
You'll be so glad, that you're able to work again that... I mean, not everyone. There's just people that are assholes out there. I used to be one.
You still are.
I mean, at work. But I mean, I think that you're going to have a better like employee there, because the people that are still working are just so glad they still have a job. I mean, everybody that is. I have no cutback in the amount of work I can do, but I have a vacation day coming up, and I'm using a holiday. I mean, I have a holiday coming up, and I'm using a vacation, and I'm going to have like 5 days off in a row. It's just... And there's no restrictions on my working. I'm just taking some time. See, I don't know. I watch it comes back on the next episode. I'm like, I'm getting hungry. They cut my hours. Yeah. You know. I mean, it really could. I mean, you never know. No, anybody. I mean, they could make it. If they do, like, you always hear these, like, rumors, but I don't think they're true, that they're going to do a complete where nobody can leave their house. Yeah, but they can't. People have to. There's certain jobs that are more essential than mine or yours that just have to be done. Dude, there's a lot. I mean, like, you know what I mean? There's just certain things, like, you know, like people that watch the dams and stuff, and like electricity. There's certain things that have to. Yeah, I know what you're saying. What I'm saying is, there's no. What are you going to do? You're going to have to shoot people. People aren't going to do that. Yeah, people aren't doing it now. A lot of people are, but people are like, look, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but I'm gonna go for what? Look, I live in a pretty big house. Imagine if you lived in a fucking, like, say you live in Manhattan, and you live in a 500 square foot one-room apartment. Yeah. And you can't... And up there, they're not, dude. They're stuck in their houses. Fuck every single part of that. I live in a... You know, like I said, even you know, you don't have, like, a huge house, but you have a yard and a... Yeah. Imagine if you lived in a fucking... Like I said, these guys that live in Manhattan, and they're in tiny apartments, and they can't leave. You know, one thing you're not hearing about in the news, too, though, is, like, teachers fucking their kids, their students, because they can't get to them because they're not at school. There's another positive. The only thing that's negative, depending on who you are. Yeah. Right. Yeah. These teachers like, where's all these kids? I can't fuck them. Some teachers just horny, just like dripping out of her pants. Yep. For some young cock. Yep. And she's like, I can't wait until August. Yeah. Right? Normally she hates August. Right. But I think that it's. I don't think it's going to get to the point of widespread, like, rioting and shit. I think that they're going to say, like, eventually, like, look, we got to fix the economy. Everybody needs to go back to work. I think, like, pretty soon, like, if it keeps going like this, let's say at the end of this month, they're like, we're going to do another month. Yeah. May. It's going to be awesome. I mean, not awesome. Right? Yeah. I think if they ended up, like, closing down May again, we may start seeing, crime in bigger cities, elevating and stuff, like break-ins. I think you're going to start hearing major break-ins of, like, Walmart stores and stuff like that. I would assume you're starting to see it already in the big cities, because I know that they've, like, relaxed law enforcement. Like, they're not arresting people unless it's... Yeah, like, major. Like, they're not going out there investigating, like, oh, okay, so somebody threw a brick through the fucking hardware store. You know, who cares? But it's like... Yeah, so I'd imagine there's probably a rise in crimes, but maybe not in reported, because they're not going into it as much. Yeah. Cops are working from home. They're on neighborhood watch. He's looking out his window. Hey, slow down there. He can't leave his yard. He has like a little double parked. He has like an ankle monitor kind of thing. He can't leave his yard. You know? He's got cops on a chain. He says he's got lights on in like his mailbox. Right? Dude, fucking cop. Yeah, that is the aspect of cops working from home is neighborhood watch. They're just sitting on their porch drinking a beer, like checking out for black people, basically. Yeah. You know, it's like, Jim, we've been neighbors for 12 years. He's like, yeah, but you are black. Yeah, I'm just doing my job here, buddy. He's like, half. I just half shoot you. Hollow point. Oh shit! All right. So, anyways, I don't see this really like ending anytime soon. At first, I was like, it'll be over or nothing. It's a big nothing. You thought it'd be over by the time you got back from your trip. I really did. And this was to the beginning of March. Everyone knows March was like the worst month of the year so far. I mean, especially for the coronavirus. I mean, but it looks like we're gonna have a good April. I mean, I'll say this. I'll admit that. Because I know some people have had it really bad and they can't work and they're starving, but I have been going to work and stuff, but I've been... yada, yada, yada. Yeah. That's what it sounded like. You're like pantomiming. But what I'm saying is, like, we've been, I go to work, but that's pretty much all I go to. Like, I'm just kind of stuck in the house. And I've been enjoying it a little bit, like, just
playing PlayStation, watching some movies. Mm-hmm. It's kind of nice, but it's also a little bit like the other day. I was telling my wife like I was having like a minor like panic attack, and I was trying to explain it to her because when I tell her my mental stuff, she just looks at me like, all right, you're not gonna kill us, right? Like she always has that like, just assure me that you're not gonna murder us, and then anything else. You're
like, maybe not.
Yeah, she's like, anything else about your mental state, I don't care. Mm-hmm. So, but I was telling her, I was like, man, I was like shaky and stuff, and my thoughts were racing and stuff, and I was like, I need to something's got to happen. So we just went for a little ride, and it was nice.
You're like, I just need to dance.
No, what I needed to do was go to a warehouse and do some like frustration dancing, like Kevin Bacon. But so we just went for a ride, and I told her, I was like, look,
you just went outside and stomped the yard.
I'm just killing ants. but I told her, I was like, it's kind of a perfect scenario because of the collapse of our economy, gas is extremely affordable right now. Yeah. So the one thing you can do is ride around.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, dude, this weekend we should go like, go for a long trip. But the problem is because she's a woman, can only pee in bathrooms. So if we go on a long trip, she's going to have to go to some gross bathroom and fucking drop one off, So she doesn't want to get that far from home, I guess. Although our bathroom's fucking gross. Like, what are you talking?
So there's no more of those
Mr. Nice Guy
flash mobs.
Yeah, I know.
New York City's known for them.
I know.
That's why they're known for more cases.
It's so fucking douchey.
That's why they're known for more cases and more deaths too.
Yeah, New York. I've seen pictures of like Times Square. There's not a soul in it, and it's like, I mean, it looks nice. It looks like I Am Legend when the monsters aren't out.
There's like trees growing through the... It's already gotten that
It's just vines growing all the way up the Empire State Building.
Like, if you remember that movie, when he's driving through and you see those things come up to the dark, that's how people want to come out, but they can't, right?
I mean, I like I say all the time, but I listen to a lot of New York-based podcasts, and those guys they're doing podcasts through, like, remotely. Like, they're in different places.
See, I don't like that, though. You can't hear each other.
Well, that's their only option. They can't,
Yeah, he's like, what was that? What was that?
They've got it down a lot better now, but it's not.
It's like how the news is when they're all like, now we're back with Jim. He's in whatever with whatever.
Jim's just standing there with a dumb look.
And he's sitting there and he's like, he's sitting there holding his mic, nodding.
I like when he's just staring blankly like this, and they're like, so Jim, what'd you think about the election results? And for 5 seconds, he's just got a dumb look on his face.
Because he's like listening and waiting for his cue, except it's like a 10-second delay.
Yeah, I love that. It's the only thing I like about the news. And that one time when that lady had a stroke.
And he knows he's got it. Oh, yeah, where she...
Dude,
that's happened a couple times, though.
Dude, it's my favorite thing. She's like...
I've seen on 2 different news ones. And then you can tell she's like... Blah, 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 blah.
She has this panic in her
however
face.
She's saying it, but it's like... It sounds like words jumbled, like backwards. It's crazy.
It's funny because you can tell she's panicking, and she's like, my brain knows I'm trying to say, like, Brad Pitt won a Golden Globe. And she's like...
She was having like a mini stroke while she was talking, yeah.
It sounds like how people talk to babies or dogs.
Yeah.
Like,
like, is this baby news?
Good boy. It's the greatest video.
There's 2 of them. You didn't see the other one.
I've only seen the one. She's like kind of hot. I'm like, dude, her brain's so scrambled, she probably let me hit it.
Someone might have hit it too hard.
She's trying to say
the
no.
The cameraman's over there zipping up his pants.
Yeah, the camera's not the only thing he's packing.
You can see what else they recorded. Right?
The camera, the tripod the camera's on isn't the only one. But, you're like, hey, you want to fuck? And she's trying to say no in her brain, but it's like, yes. And you're like, me too.
Feels like Mr. Ed.
Let me put some peanut butter in your mouth and bend you over.
Oh, shit.
Dude, as soon as we get our studio fully upgraded, then I think you should have it fixed where we can like play videos and they'll come through clear, like the sound.
Yeah.
When we do, there's 2 videos that I want to play, and then a famous voicemail that's on your old phone.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I want to hear that so bad.
Okay. What else? Did you have something else?
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so you know how we're talking about how as soon as the news broke of the coronavirus, you went on vacation, and I had a story that. Just remember, it's all satire of me possibly going with a little bit of fever to get ice cream.
Okay.
It's all satire. Didn't really happen.
Really?
Anyway. No, I really went and got some ice cream, but I was getting over. I think I was better by then. Anyway, I was thinking like, and I've had this in my notes forever because there's like a theme in my notes. Mm-hmm. So I'll have this like heading in my notes, and things that fall under it, I put in that certain heading.
Okay.
Are we just bad people?
Yes.
And I have an example that I thought of the other day. So I went to Pizza Hut the other day. It was weird in there, dude. It was like a dance floor. There was nothing.
Oh,
in it.
Yeah, I've been in there.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to Pizza Hut, and I was thinking, I was like, I think got somebody fired from there one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
tried.
like, yeah, and you got the cops called on you there.
No, they said they were going to call the cops.
Listen, okay.
It never happened.
That's fine.
Actually, a cop did pull up when I was leaving. I think he was hungry. I don't know. I kind of hope it was me.
He was hungry for an arrest. But what I'm saying is, like, how many people do you know that have that type of story along those lines of Pizza Hut? Most people, they just go there and they eat their pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks they were out of pepperoni, whatever.
No, all right, my situation...
You got the cops called on you.
No, I place an order.
I'm saying is...
I drive 15 miles to go get it.
It ain't that
I
far.
wait outside.
You're lying to people because they don't know. It's about 8.
All right, okay. But I sit in the car and I wait until it's been the time.
Would you wait 3 days?
Right? No, it said it's going to be done in like 25 minutes. So I sit in the car. I'm like, oh, I'm early. So I sit in the car and I wait for the rest of the time. And I go and stand in line. I get up there and they look at me like, can I help you? I'm like, an order for Dwight. And they're like, look around. And they're like, what did you have?
Pizza.
And I was like, I had an order online. And then like, and they were like, hold on. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more. I'm like, all right. And then I see the pizzas being put in. So I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm standing there waiting for like 20 minutes now. Mm. And then like, I go up there, I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, they're almost out. They're coming through right now. And I'm like, what? Yeah. So anyways, pizzas come out. I'd already paid for it. When I stood in line, I paid for it right then, and then I waited the 20-something minutes. And I said, yeah, I want my money back.
Were you playing the arcade game? Just getting madder.
No. But anyways, I was like, I want my money back. And she's like, why? And I was like, because I've been here like an hour.
Yeah.
I was outside for like 15 minutes. And I was like, come in here for like 30. I was like, I want my money back. Or I'm like, who do I need to talk to? And they're like, well, it was like a Sunday. And she's like, well, the manager's not here today.
Yeah, you texted me.
And I was like, yeah, Donna. I was like, I know who she is. And I was like, I want you to call her. I was like, I'm a manager. People call me, I was like, so call her.
I'm a parent, Greg.
And then she's all like, whatever, sir, And then the other one's like, here, I want to try to call her. And she's like, you don't got to do that. And then she said something about like, whatever, sir, you need to just take your stuff and go. We're going to call the cops. And I was like, do it. Please call them. Anyways, the other one's like, whatever, stop doing that. Stop saying that. And then like, she kind of like pushed the old lady to the back. She finished or whatever. And I was just like, whatever. So I just like walked out.
Who are you going to believe? An upstanding asshole or some guy with his fingers smell like pepperonis?
I got like $25 off my next order.
Your fingers smell like pepperonis. I feel like you're not very trustworthy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Mine smell like pepperonis after that. I got my pizza.
Mine probably do right now.
It's like, I got my pizza, whatever.
But you wanted your pizza and your money, and they wanted the cops.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded just pushing the fucking pizza back and get my money at that time.
Throw it against the wall,
I was so fucking mad. Because I had my pizza there. After they gave it to me, I sat there, like, still waiting to talk to them. And they're like, can we help you? And I was like, yeah, I want my money back. And there was like people in there. And they were all had pulled up chairs because they were waiting on everybody now.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Oh, I was pissed.
If you're like a listener, if you're not a long-time listener, you might automatically say, like, yeah, they're clearly in the wrong. But just the fact that you've been in those type of situations so much, is it coincidence? Or are you somehow inserting yourself into that?
Yes. It's definitely that one. Because I don't like to put up for it. You know what I mean?
Well, a part of it is, and I'll have to take the blame, is that we used to pick on you a lot because you were like the youngest of the boy cousins. And we were all like physically bigger and stronger than you. So you had to grow like a real hard stand up for yourself gene. So now for your health, should take more shit than you do. You take no shit. So that puts you in a... So a lot of people get there and they're like...
For my health.
I mean, it can't be healthy to constantly be getting the cops called on you. And
only if they attacked me.
Like, screw you almost got shot at a football game. I was standing right next to you.
When?
Remember, you argued with that ginormous cop?
Oh, yeah.
And that was on
I didn't even argue with him.
You argued.
I was just trying to tell him.
And he was doing that thing where he had his arm resting on his gun, and I was like, I kind of hope he shoots you.
It's because I was white.
But I don't think it's because you're white. It's because you're an asshole.
He was old. Other people had been bothering him about it. And then we just go up there to talk to him.
But you see the pattern.
No, all right, look. Just because someone else pisses you off doesn't mean you can come over here and be pissed off and pull your gun out on the next person that comes and asks you.
Also, hold on. You know? Hold on, I got to rewind. We're talking about you possibly being... a cop wanted to shoot you, and your excuse was because I'm white. Yes. I don't think that one's going to hold up.
He was a black guy.
I know, but I don't think that one's going to hold up in court.
It should.
He shot me because of White Lives Matter.
It happens the other way.
How often do you think... Dude, if you're a black cop and you see a white guy doing something bad, like, should I shoot him? You're like, I don't think they're going to help me out with this one. You know what I mean? But anyway, that story we've told before, but my point is... You get in my situation at Pizza Hut was... Here's the difference. You, in my situation, would have handled it better. Pizza Hut would have appreciated it, but our personalities should have been switched. I would have been like, oh, it sucks you didn't buy pizza in yet. I'll just wait. It's no big deal. Now,
they didn't tell me. They lied to me.
I know, but what I'm saying is if I get there and I'm like, it should be ready by now, and they're like, well, I'm sorry, I would just be like, fuck, and sit down. I wouldn't be like, call the cops, fuck them, and like get a machine gun and flip a table over and hide behind it.
I didn't have a gun.
But if you did, you would have. Right. Let's face it. Anyway, my situation at Pizza Hut was I went on the app, and so I ordered like an order, whatever.
I was like, you complained.
No.
I did that too. No. On my way home.
so I went on the app and I made it and I placed my order. It's gonna be done in like 20 minutes or whatever. So I get there and I go and I look up on the board because I use my son's name and I see my son's name on the board and I was like, good, because there's always that chance that the app sends it to the wrong location or something. So I get there, I'm like, all right, good. I get there and she's like, I was like, my order for whatever, and she brings it out and it's like it's like twice as much as I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, she's like, did you make 2 orders under the same name? And I was like, no, just one. She's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, we just ordered like the large whatever pepperoni. She's like, oh, we must have messed up. Okay, no big deal. So I paid, left with my pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Late that night, like closing time of Pizza Hut, I get a call. And they're like, is this whatever? Like, Colin? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, did you make 2 orders earlier? What had happened was that accidentally I ordered and then I thought it didn't go through, so I went and redid the whole order. Mm-hmm. So I had ordered the same thing twice on the same account.
So you're an idiot.
Yeah. No, not an idiot. I knew I did that when I was there, but I wasn't going to pay for 2 pizzas, so I just made them think it was their fault. So this lady, she's like, did you do it? And I was like, I just ordered 1 pizza. So now what it looks like is the pizza lady wanted a free pizza, so she rang it up like I didn't, so she like used an order and made another exact same order and then just took the pizza. That's what it looks like.
That's almost like Inception.
I know, but that's exactly it. If you were the boss there, you'd be like, you clearly stole this pizza, right? It looked exactly.
Like, well, this guy I don't know ain't gonna lie to me.
Yeah.
You're fired, right?
They didn't take it.
I've known you for 10 years, but I know you're stealing.
They didn't take into account. They're like, isn't his brother the one that we always have to call the cops on?
Well, yeah, that's why you're fired. We don't need another incident with that family, right?
So, but what I'm saying is, if you look at it...
Like, we're 2 pepperonis when this place blowing up.
Some guy's trying to call 911, but his pepperoni fingers are slipping on the button.
This pepperoni sticks with dynamite.
It's like, Jesus, this place is gonna go. That was one too far.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
So, anyway, so it looks like somebody scammed it for a free pizza. So like, oh look, just copy his order and we'll take it and say he said. So when they call me so I can hear the lady in the background. No, he said whatever, and she's like, did you order 2, but then just change it to only 1 after you got here? And I was like, no, I just ordered 1. I was just like lying because I just want to eat. I don't care what you're saying. I was just going to, whatever seems easiest for me to get out of this phone call is what I'm going to say. And I was like, no, I just ordered 1. I only had 1 and that's what I ordered and that's what I paid. She's like, okay. And hung up. And I was I thought about it later. I was like, I bet that bitch got fired. And the one who did took my money and did all that, I haven't seen her there since. I've been several times. So I didn't get the cops called on me, but because you would have been like...
No, instead you got the cops calling someone else.
Exactly. But if you were in my situation, would have been like, we would have made sure everything was all straightened out. You would have been like, no, here's what happened. I accidentally ordered 2. Da, da, da. I was just like, get out of this. I don't want to be on the phone. I don't want to talk to this bitch. Da, 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 da. So if I was in your situation, nothing bad would have happened. If you were in my situation, that poor lady would still have her job. But
exactly, because I'm about, everything happening for a reason.
Well, there's a reason, but also it's like, who gives a fuck? I got my pizza.
I'm about justice.
I don't need to have any interaction with a pizza place after I have the pizza. You know what I'm saying? You have money, and I have pizza. The transaction's over for me.
I usually only tell you about the complaints.
You tell me a lot, dude.
I tell you about the complaints, but I don't tell you about the positive reviews. I don't just do negative reviews like everyone else always does.
Here's a positive.
Every time I ever get pizza from Pizza Hut, I leave a review. Now, I only... like every once in a while there's a bad one. Of course, they're getting that review too. But I feel like they need to know the good with the bad.
Yeah, I don't leave reviews.
They know who the fuck I am.
Of course they do. They know that you're my brother.
When it shows like Dwight Smith up on the thing, and they're all like, "Oh gosh," they're like, "All right, everybody act right."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here he is, and they're like, "Hello, sir. Right? Yeah. Can we help you?" They're like, "No, he is."
They're like,
right? The new guy's like, "Is that him?" Right? They're like, go to the back. He doesn't like black people.
Nobody make eye contact.
They're sweeping really quick. There's a red carpet I have to walk on.
There's rose petals.
I tell you, I'm like, dude, ain't it weird? There's like rose petals and red carpet. And you're like, I never see that shit.
You walk in, the people at the back corner table hurry and scurry to another table because they know that's yours.
Everybody at their table sitting there with their mouth open with a pizza almost at it. Like watching.
You walk in, you hear forks hitting glass, they're dropping their forks.
Oh, shit.
But the new guy's filling up the tea pitcher, just overflowing. He's staring at you.
And then I'm like, all right, thanks. And I walk out, and everything goes back to normal. Yeah. Like the whole loud,
But anyway, yeah, my theory on a pizza place is when I have pizza and they have my money, it's over. Mm-hmm. You call me, you're like trying to straighten something up, I don't care. But they do know that me and you are brothers. Because the manager there used to be a good friend of mine. Like, I mean, I guess still is. But we were friends in school, knows me, and knows that. So when you go in there and they have to call in SWAT because you're trying to get $1 off on your pizza, they know that's Jeremy's brother. So I go in there and I get somebody fired. They really probably think we have some vendetta against that place. Yeah. And with good reason. They stole a slice of pizza from me one time.
They haven't stolen from me. They wouldn't dare.
Aren't you ever worried?
I go in the bag and they just I take a piece. I'm like, this is from the one you stole from me. The guy's waiting on his pizza. I was like, what the fuck?
Aren't you ever worried that you're going to get, like, poisoned or, like...
Hadn't happened yet.
They put toilet water in your drink?
That hasn't happened yet, right?
But I mean...
I'm bleeding from my eyes. I'm like, it's pepperoni juice.
The most...
like a sauce, right?
Yeah, it's marinara tears. Pepperoni juice.
All right, hold on. I want to go back to something real quick. We were talking about this not ever, like, when it's going to end and when it's going to go back to normal and everything.
Never.
So, think about this. Like, the whole, like, where I work, I shake hands with people a lot.
Yes.
Right? With employees, other employees and stuff like that, and then, like, customers and stuff. So I shake hands a lot. And, like, that weird barrier has it's just been gone. People stand real far away from each other. There's people that don't even have you sign for stuff anymore. Like, it's, like, crazy. There's no, like, touching and going near each other.
Nice? Are you enjoying it?
I mean, it's awkward, though, because then it's, like, usually, like, a handshake is the beginning of a conversation and an ending, and then you walk separate ways.
It's like a period.
Now there isn't that. So it's, like, it's almost like you're talking forever. You kind of just both backstep. You know what I mean?
I like people not wanting to shake hands. Shaking hands is weird.
I'm wondering, when is it going to go back to the point where, like, shaking hands, like, the first time someone shakes hands... And
you're going to think about it.
You're going to think about it. You're going to be like, oh, no, I need to go wash my hands. That's probably going to go on for a while.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't want to feel like I'm a pussy or something. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to go use hand sanitizer while I'm done.
There's going to be that little lame duck period where people are kind of touching again, but they're real cognizant of cleaning. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to go away. Eventually it's just going to go back to just like, you're on the public bus and, you know what I mean? You don't wash your hands.
Okay, I told you about it after it happened, but this guy came up to me where I work, and we were talking about something, and he's one of those religious and Trump supporter kind of guys,
Yeah.
It's like you got to be both.
You're not going to find a lot of Trump lovers that aren't religious.
Yeah, it's some atheist, he's like punk or something, but he loves Trump.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that.
There's probably some of that, but not...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just because he's like outrageous.
Well, but, yeah, I mean,
you know,
people that just like, they're like
he grabs them by the pussy.
Yeah, it's like, that's the most that's awesome thing ever.
He's like, I like dick, but he grabs them by the pussy.
I just like to imagine in my head, dick. When he says pussy, I change it to dick in my head. You know how when you're watching a movie and you say a word's close enough, when they do it, sounds like they're saying it?
All right, so anyways.
I don't know why we're saying this.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
I don't know what we're talking about.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. People say ridiculous. The base is ridicule.
Okay.
It's not ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, go ahead.
That was ridiculous.
I know it was. I used to know this dude named Reed.
Now where I was going. This
dude named Reed in school, and he was a few years older than me. He seemed like a loser to me. He had big ears. He always wore like cowboy shirts like George Strait wears. And I would make fun of him. He was like 3 or 4 years older than me. Anyway, I came up with, in like 4th grade, I call him Reed Dickless. I thought that was pretty good. Reed Dickless.
Yeah.
And it got to him.
You probably got like in trouble.
Yeah, probably. But I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. And he was like in 8th grade. And I was like, hey, Reed Dickless. Yeah,
he's like, what the fuck is this little kid? All right, so
molest me to prove
this guy I was talking to, at work or whatever, he was like talking about stuff, and at the end, I guess he liked the conversation, and he did the whole arm bump.
Yes.
Now he came. All right, so I don't know how to.
I'd rather somebody jerk me off.
I don't know. I didn't watch like a YouTube video on how to do an arm bump, but I need to. So
it's the back of your elbow, probably, right?
But here's the thing, though. It's opposite elbows, just like opposite. Like you do. I use my right hand. You're supposed to use your right hand. He used his left arm, and I used my right arm. So we both were like kind of like by each other and did like a little.
Did your needle-like elbows? I think
you're supposed to do
like
that, like an X.
Yeah, you do it. If you ever watch baseball, sometimes when a dude hits a home run, him and his teammates do that.
Yeah, he did that.
Did he run around the bases?
I bumped his elbow with my elbow.
Your elbows are sharp.
Yeah, I know.
If you're a listener, you've never seen his elbows. They're pointy like a javelin. Like, it's unnatural.
Yeah, I think that guy's dead now.
Why are they so pointed? What if you were super skinny? How much pointier would they be?
I don't know. I mean,
your elbows come to a point that's like the head of a needle.
I mean, it's better than having like stubby fingers.
you could very easily
Your fingers are so short, all your knuckles are touching.
What you don't realize is my fingers aren't short.
Your fingers are knuckles. That's all it is. It's like a complete
Measure
circle.
my finger, my finger to yours.
What do you mean? It's ridiculous.
Yours like ridiculous. An inch longer. But I just have like bigger hands.
It's curved. It was kind of hard to.
I have one curved one. It
was kind of hard to. All right. So, anyways,
I don't have.
After I did this,
fingers though. My fingers look like fingers. Your elbow don't look like an elbow.
After I did this like arm bump elbow thing or whatever.
How much of a faggot did you feel?
All right, I was like, oh my god, that was horrible.
I feel semen in your butthole.
You know what I mean? I was just like, I was just like throwing up.
It's cringy as fuck.
So I mean, if I would have done the regular one, I guess that would have been all right. Now I think I know how to do it, but it's like, you want to do a little when someone does like a fist bump. And I do it too soft.
A fist bump is cringy to me too.
You know what I mean? Like the whole I don't know how if I should hit real hard.
What are we in a fraternity together?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
What are we doing here? We got Eiffel Towers.
I'm over here. I got a toga on.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, what are we doing?
I put mashed potatoes in my cheeks and hit them like a pencil.
He's like, chug, and I'm like, what?
It's so people call it broy, but it's just it makes me anything.
This guy's like 60s.
Yeah, but it's still
That's what made it way worse. But he knows how to do that, and I don't.
But do you think that's worse than if some 22-year-old fucking, Phi Beta Mi or whatever they're called guy comes in and did it? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's weird.
I expect those guys to do that, though.
It's cringy to do. We've talked about. I think we said it on here a few weeks ago, but people are like, we can't shake hands. We got to figure out something else. Let's bump feet. Let's rub dicks. It's like you don't have to touch.
No,
you don't have to
make later, man.
Contact.
Right
when you're it's like it's not your wife. You're not going off to the war, and this is your last embrace with your wife.
Yeah,
it's a dude you just sold a tire to. You don't have to dude. I want to shake your hand so bad, but I can't. Let's just butterfly kiss or whatever. It's like why do you gotta make contact? Who gives a fuck? It's some dude. You're some dude. Fuck off. Who cares?
No. What I see the people doing the whole like foot bump thing, it's like they're like friends seeing each other somewhere, right?
They're more than friends. It's gay, dude.
They are now. Right?
Yeah. Once you bump feet, if he has HIV, you have it. It's like, that's too intimate for me.
Yeah.
I know I have issues.
Someone's all like, that's not how it's contracted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
not if you have socks on.
Right?
But a lot of this
So guy's like, is that the only way? And he starts bending over.
The whole base of this conversation.
He's like, don't touch my feet, just throw me in the ass.
This whole conversation only exists because we grew up fucked up because mom didn't hug us. You know that, right?
And she never will again.
I know, she can't. She hugs us now, it's going to be creepy.
You got to get a shovel to go hug mom. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my son told me.
This is episode 112. Again, please go... What?
Dalmatians. I hate when I say something dumb and then you're like, hey, what? And I was like,
Dalmatians?
I was like, I don't want to say it again. It was so stupid.
I was like, what the hell? Okay, so anyways, please go on to Facebook, find our page, like it, comment, say something. Look for Dwight Smith on Facebook. Find me, I'll find you, whatever. We can converse.
It's the same logo.
We won't touch each other.
You rest assured.
Yeah,
if you run into me somewhere, I have no weird urge to make contact with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to shake your hand or
You're
rub
gonna find out
noses.
the ice cream parlor, coughing.
It's so weird.
Okay, anyways, like, subscribe, please rate, review us, or rape and review us. You're like, that was a good fuck.
Rape and review me.
Rape and review.
Like, it's kind of a dick, but his brother's tight. That's the way you should do it.
Okay, alright, anyways, if you're listening to this, you are the bad vibe.